this is Diane. I have some more things to list in my shop. Some is, one of the listings will be for vintage items from flea markets, and the rest are Destash items, including a fall Destash bundle that I want to get in the shop before it's too late to get your fall journals made. So I'm going to list a bunch of stuff. So let's just get started. The vintage item it's actually two items that I purchased at the same flea market. And you may remember it's been maybe a month now. But I purchased something called Quiz Me cards. A bunch of those, and each bundle has 10 of the Quiz Me cards. So it just has a question. And with Google now, you can Google the answers. They are from 1940. This is the paper that came with the cards, and it has all of the answers on this paper. Like I said, you'll be able to Google your answers if you want to, or just stick these in a pocket in a journal, and it'll be a really fun addition to a journal. The other thing I have is from an album of these little souvenir photos. Do you remember when I showed you the book? I was able to get them out of the book. They still have some of the black paper attached where the glue was. And there are two different sizes of these souvenir photos. And you get an eclectic mix of, like there were Niagara Falls cards, and so every kit has at least one Niagara Falls picture, and and they're just from different places. So you get 6 of the large pictures. This one happens to be Water Gap, Pennsylvania. This is something from the Gulf of Mexico. Throwing the cross on Cross Day, and I don't know where this is. It looks like it's in the islands from the palm trees there. There's another one from Delaware Gap, and that one is too. And that one is, wow, this bunch got a bunch from Delaware Gap, Pennsylvania. But I thought these would be really fun, interesting, new, different things to stick in pockets of a journal. And then we get some smaller ones, and there are 10, 12. There's 25 altogether between 10 of those, 5 of those, 19 of these. Or 9 of these. You get 25 altogether. So there's just 9 of these little pictures. And again, they're souvenir photos. This is from Washington, D.C. This is the home of George Washington. This is National Memorial Arch in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. This is also Washington, D.C. But there's all different places that this one's Philadelphia, Annapolis, Maryland, Lincoln Drive, Fairmount Park, Philadelphia. So just really fun souvenir photos. I had never seen an album full of these things before. I didn't even know that they did souvenir photos like these. So they're like almost like tiny little black and white postcards, and I think they're great fun. So there are 25 cards total in one of these packs. Now for the Destash stuff. Let's do the fall bundle first. We want to get this out to somebody who's going to make a fall journal. So I've included a Reader's Digest journal in a rust color, or Reader's Digest cover in a rust color. I think that's perfect for a fall journal. And the items in the packet are this wired fall ribbon with beautiful leaves on it. 3 cards that have fabric strips in fall colors. A few doilies. I just took these doilies off of the main piece that they were attached to. These 4 came on one doily, and these 2 pieces came on another doily. So I thought they would be really nice in fall journals. I have some pages. This will be great for a Halloween journal. These came from my Bookhouse book. And this is just some Halloween stories and illustrations. There's a poem called Halloween. Oh, I guess that doesn't open. And these are nice pages just to include in as a signature, as a page in a signature, or you can cut out the illustrations and make journal cards and embellishments. I have 2 fabric flips with pretty fall colors. I have a pack of stickers, Thanksgiving stickers. And I got a bunch of little stuff in this bag here. There is a fall tag, which I did not make. This package of vintage Denison turkey stickers. Can you see the turkey? There's a bunch of them in there. This is from an old graphic 45 paper, a flash card that says Witch, some more graphic 45 images. And then these came out of some scrapbook thing that I had. So there's some Rolodex cards. They were punch out, but they have beautiful fall patterns on them, front and back. So these are great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and some fall flowers from the same pack, and they're front and back also. I didn't count those. There's quite a few there. And then some circles. This is a flash card, vintage flash card of a turkey. These are from the Romper Room flash cards that I got. This is a recipe card for Spooks and Goblins Party. Isn't that cute? And a flash card of a rake. This is from a book about vintage advertising cards, and it's a little girl with a witch's hat and a broom, and it's advertising thread, believe it or not. This is a Halloween card with some cute little teddy bears. This is not vintage. And another Thanksgiving card with some adorable children, also not very old. I probably picked these up at Salvation Army. A Halloween card with some children dressed up. Teeny Halloweenies. They're not very scary. And then I just have a couple little labels that you can use. And then I'm including some of these pieces. Well, I also have these scraps from some Bo Bunny paper, really nice paper. These would make excellent tags or pockets and things in your journals. They're double-sided, but I love the fall leaves there, so I wanted to send those along. And then, and this. It's got a pumpkin there in the corner, and this makes wonderful pockets. And this one has leaves. So these were part of a smash book that I had made for myself, and I dismantled a lot of the early things that I had made because I don't have room to store this stuff, but I couldn't dispose of these beautiful images. So there's this that you could use, you know, cut it to the size you want and use it as a pocket or something in your journal. Some of them have adhesive on the back that I couldn't remove, so I made sure I put them up against the backs so they're not going to damage any images. But there's a beautiful graphic 45 image of a woman making pie. Isn't that pretty? And then this it's a double pocket, so if you cut this down to size, I think I probably had it along the edge of my page like this, and it's stitched right here. But you cut it the way you want it, and then you have these two pieces that you can use as a pocket or use them separately. Cut them into strips, whatever you want to do. And then on the back, I've got another couple images. They'll come off, but they do have the adhesive that I can't remove. So You'll just have to glue them to something. And then this piece. This one's pretty decent shape. I cut off anything that was sewn or glued, so this one is a clean, it's got a border punch there. That would make a great pocket. So I just couldn't bear throwing those things away. And I'm not making any more fall journals, and I need to clean stuff out. So I'm hoping that one of you will want to create a fall journal with these beautiful items. And I only have one. And other Destash items that I have are flashcards. So this is one bundle of flashcards. There are 27 cards and they're assorted. I just needed to reduce the bulk of my flashcard drawer. And I have accumulated a lot of different types of flashcards. So you get some of these little ones with the colors, and they have the word on one side and the picture on the back, and they look hand drawn. But somebody obviously drew them and then made copies of them. But they were sold as flashcards. And there's a couple of green ones. Got some math ones. These are the plastic ones that came with the optometrist box that I got at the flea market recently. So they're sturdy plastic, and so this one has a house that's bold, and this one has a tiny little house, and these were for children's vision tests. So if you could do something fun with those. There are some with letters and some that have letters and pictures, and some of them are written on. They are vintage. This one I counted as 2 because it's perforated right here. I didn't want to take it apart, but that's what it's for. It's to be separated, and it's 2 flashcards right there. Some more letters with pictures, math. This one's pretty dirty. So a fun assortment of flashcards. These are meant to be cut apart. They're not perforated, but there's a dotted line. So apparently children were supposed to put the words together to make their compound word. And then this big one. So there are several, I think 6 sets of these assorted flashcards. So that's a good way to get a collection of various flashcards quickly. Then I have another set of flashcards, and these are a recent purchase from a flea market. These were the Teach Key cards that I found, and they're quite big, and I didn't get the measurement, but there are 9 cards in each set, and it has a problem here to be read, and these are dated 1968, and some of the pictures and the numbering are in different colors. So we have purple, green, red, and kind of an orangey red, brown, blue. So you get 9 of those nice big flashcards with the holes in them. So think of the fun things you could do. You could lace something through them, hang things off of them. You can cut these down to a better size, more manageable size to use, and then use this part with the holes for something else. You do all kinds of stuff with these cards. And then I have, I guess, just one Destash. Yeah, I've got 2 bundles of miscellaneous Destash, because I've been going through my things slowly and just accumulating a pile of stuff that I wanted to destash, and I figured I might as well put everything together and get rid of them, and then I'll start accumulating more. I've got to make room. So each bundle is going to get a couple pieces of this. It came on a spool. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby on clearance, and it's sturdy. I'm not sure what it was for, but I make snippets on it. So there was more than I needed, so you get 2 pieces of that to make snippets with. I was going to bring in the block that these came on, but I forgot. But these are vintage strips of muslin or some sort of cotton fabric. They were cut into a pretty good long strip, and then they were wrapped and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped until it formed this, about this size, cube of cotton strips. So all I could think of was bandages. I don't know what it was for, but somebody was saving strips like that. And I got it at a flea market a couple years ago. So you could stamp on that strip. Again, you could make snippets on it, but I gave you 2 pieces of that. Then you'll have a bag of yarns and floss. It's all stitching yarns. So these are vintage 100% virgin wool by Red Heart. And the other pack has 4 different colors. So these are fun to tuck into a pocket of like a domestic arts journal or anything like that. And then these skeins of embroidery thread. So some are wrapped in paper like these, and some are twisted like, whoops, like those. So these are fun things to use, like put them in your buttons or embroider with them. Do some slow stitching with them. So we've got those, and then we have a bag full of stuff. So this is like handmade paper. I got a whole bunch of it, of handmade paper in different colors and stuff, but I decided I never use these colors, and I've got others in these bundles also. So, and this is how they came, just cut to this size, but there's a pattern on them. I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm sitting by a window to give more light, but it's quite gloomy out. Looks like it's going to rain. Here's a little card that you can decorate however you like, and it's already got the little slot there. Got some placemat or some name cards with lilacs on them. Maybe hydrangeas, but they're embossed all around. They're really pretty. It was a full pack of 8, so each bundle has 4 of those cards. Some journaling cards. And this is a pack of kind of like origami paper, but they're very small. I think they're like 3 by 3. And just a bunch of different patterns. They're nice thin paper. And I just kind of, I didn't count them, but I just split the pack in 2. There's some punched out and die cuts. There's some stamped things. That was a stamped image. Some handmade envelopes. This one just flips open like that. So we've got some little envelopes, some little coin envelopes. Oh, I just dropped that one. It's a pretty lacy card. That would be for writing on. I guess, I don't know if it was a place card also. I don't know. There's an envelope, a couple more envelopes. So, a bunch of envelopes, little ones. A lot of fun stuff in that bag. And both of the bundles are very, very, very similar, but there are differences. This has littler stuff. So there are some stamped images. These are all stamped images. And die cut images, and then this is more of that pack of the handmade paper that I got, and I don't use these colors. Look at that. They'll be fun. And there was a bunch of black. These are thinner, so these are fun to use, but I had so many of them, and I've used a lot from that pack, but I never go for those colors, so I figured it was time to let somebody else have them. This, I went through my basket of fringy trims, and I got rid of some. Some of it I kept a piece and then got rid of the rest. So there's 2 pieces of this long fringy. This just reminds me of a sheepdog. That would be fun on the bottom of a cover, the bottom of a page. So there's 2 pieces of that. There's a piece of this brown fringe and a piece of this silky rust colored fringe. This would be great in the fall journal too. And this orange trim and this netted fringe. It's just a little piece of that. I used some of that already. I used some of most of these already. But it was time to share. And then the last little bundle are some colored index cards, some miniature cards with envelopes. These are little tiny Hallmark cards. And I have used some, and I kept some, but like I said, I have to move some stuff out. This is a little 3D type of embellishment. I got a bunch of stuff here that is cut from scrapbook paper. I've had these from a Stampin' Up! Paper for ages, and I think they're adorable, but I haven't used them yet. So I think if I've had them that long and I haven't used them, it's time to let somebody else. This is just a paper eyelet piece. I got some things cut out of books of vintage images. More scrapbook paper cutouts. Wallpaper punched. These are some more of the images from the book about vintage fashion. I had so many of those from that one book that I decided I couldn't use them all. I love these things, but I couldn't use them all, so I'm sharing. This is from a children's book. This is a bookmark. Scrapbook paper. This was punched out from a bunch of punch outs with scrapbook paper, I think, and it's a frame, and the inner frame can come out too, or you can leave it in there. And some more images from that book about vintage fashions. Lots of gorgeous images. Some die cuts. I think these were made with my Cricut. Graphic 45, an envelope, a Mary Engelbright envelope. Some more colored index cards. Some more envelopes. These are made with my Cricut, I think. Little folders with windows. You could just think of what you could make with these. These would be really fun to play with. Some more place cards. Got a couple of those. More index cards. So there's quite a bit in this bundle. There are all of these paper pieces in 2 bags. The bigger ones and the smaller pieces. The fringy trims. The more small pieces, envelopes and things like that. And this is the embroidery thread. And then these pieces that you can, these strips that you can use. And I think that does it. Let me check my list here. Did that one. Yep. So all I have to do now is photograph and list, and then these will be in my shop. As soon as you see the video, you can go to my shop and do some shopping. Yesterday I listed the wooden textile bobbins, and there are some still in there. So you can check those out also, along with whatever else is still in my shop. I try to, if possible, bundle things together if you purchase more than one item. If it's possible, I pack them together, and then I can refund some of your shipping. So that's all I have for you today. I hope that you saw something here that you can use, and thanks for watching, and come on over to my shop. I'll link it below. Have a crafty day. Bye-bye.